what I'd like to do at this point is start rounding some corners at some of the elements in my page. You know, rounding corners with CSS has not been the easiest thing to do. I mean, it's not that it's not easy, it just takes some work, right? You're always having to put in hooks up at the top and the bottom, and you're putting image files that are actually simulate the corners and everything. And they're particularly labor intensive when you're dealing with something that has both a vertical, like if you want something that has a vertical flexibility, then what that means is that you're going to have to put at least two different images, one at the top and at the bottom. Horizontal is the same thing. It'd be left and right, and if it was flexible like this table, both up and down, because this table needs to be flexible with the content going in, then you're looking at least having 4 places to put in each corner, a hook in each corner, the left, right, top, and bottom. Well, I think there's a much easier way to do this, especially since we have some of the components already set up on our page. And what I'd like to use is part of the actually jQuery library is corners. It's a corner rounding plugin that uses jQuery. Now, we already have jQuery loaded for our table sorter. It just seems to make sense to use the corner rounding plugin, which is going to make our life much easier. So here's what we're going to do. If you were just to start this from without having the table sorter plugin set up, the first thing you're going to need to do is find the latest version of jQuery and install it on your computer. Now, at the time of this video, the most current version is 1.4.1. So what I did to get that is I just went online, I went to jQuery.com and downloaded the code, and it's free, no problem. You just click here on their download button and it takes you right to the page, and all you got to do is save as, and you save this into the site root folder, same folder over here. It's going to be the same folder that my HTML page is in, and that's it. Or rather, I have to then put this piece of code into my HTML document to basically load it up into my page and say, hey, we're going to be using something. Now, similar to the jQuery table sorter plugin I put in over here, we're going to do the same thing with corners. So let's actually first find the jQuery corner plugin I'm talking about. So I'm going to Google jQuery and then rounded corners, and what I'm looking for specifically is, yes, here it is. Okay, so the URL, actually let me go to the main URL over here. I believe it is, okay, here we go. Now it's the jQuery corner demo, and this is malsup.com, malsup.com/jQuery/corners. Here's the URL that I'm visiting right now. And what I'm going to do is, here it is, most recent version is available here. So I'm going to click this link, and again, here's my jQuery, and I'm going to go ahead and save this file. And the way it's name's just going to be jQuery.corner.js. Save it right on my desktop. That's its default place to go. Actually, is it my desktop? Yeah, there it is. And now I want to put that file into the root where all the rest of my other files live over there for my site. Okay. And the next thing I want to do is actually just call this script in. Load it in. Now doesn't matter where you put it. I'm just going to keep the table sorter. I'm going to keep my one script, the script call and the initialization over here. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'm going to put this next one right below it. So jQuery it's probably not a good idea for me to manually type it in, because I'm just going to mess it up most likely. So there we go. So far, so good. And now we actually need to, all we've done at this point downloaded it and attached it. The next thing we want to do is actually initialize it with some sort of code similar to this.